In this video, I'm rolling with Rob. Rob used to train at the academy years back, and he earned his blue belt. And then he went on to do some MMA training, not too far away, but at an academy that specialized in that. I'm not sure his whole reasoning behind it, but now he's come back to our academy, and he's gonna get back into jiu-jitsu. So he's somebody that has, blue belt from the school. He's a young, strong guy, and with the MMA background. So that's what I know about him. He's also a gentleman, very nice guy. And this is our first round. So when we did this round, I didn't really know him yet. I just saw a tough-looking guy walking by and asked him to roll. This is during a class. I actually started with MMA and no-gi grappling, geared towards that for the first couple of years back in 2008. I wasn't really into wearing a gi, that type of jiu-jitsu. I thought it was nerdy. I did kung fu for many years. We got to wear like baggy outfits and comfortable clothing, and I didn't want to put on an actual kimono. So there I'm looking for the butterfly sweep. That's Jay in the background. I did a video with him recently. He's a purple belt. Rob has great balance. But there I was able to pick up his ankle very slowly. We're laughing about it. I should also add, he watches the channel, so he was already familiar with the channel. Playing like a Z guard there. Knee shield. As usual, I'm trying to pass his guard with as little effort as possible. There he almost swept me over. He's got great balance. So I'm just playing with him, seeing what he has, pulling on his limb, pulling on his head. Looking for a hole in his armor, so to speak. So from now on, we're going to call him Robbie MMA. So here I'm trying to pull him onto my butterfly hooks with just one hand on a clinch. So there I'm going a little deeper. I looked for the arm bar from there. He pulled his arm out. So there I was looking for the butterfly sweep again. He was able to put his hand out. Trying to do it with no effort. So there I was able to put him on his back by pulling his leg out and pushing his head back, basically. Simple and effective. So there I ran by his guard around the side, typical pass I usually do. Starting in a knee on belly. I'm looking to keep his elbow off the mat so he can't bridge effectively. And there I'm looking for the step over arm bar. He pushed my leg off and he was able to make space. He almost got his leg back in, but I went to knee on belly again. Again, you could see I have his elbow off the mat. And he's turning into me. See, I threatened a heel hook. I saw a match where somebody really ripped that heel hook. And I asked him if he'd seen that match. That's why he laughed. That's my professor in the background, Mike, with Hussein. So here I'm just relaxing. I threatened an Aoki lock. I threatened an ankle lock. I just want to see his reactions. You know, I was joking, or I was thinking, you know, some of the toughest looking guys I've met training, they all have tattoos and, you know, piercing, a mohawk haircut, and then you talk to him and he's like the nicest guy in the world. So here I'm putting my knee, I want to shoot my knee across the inside. He used it to try to roll me over. I'm just being a little bit relentless without using a lot of effort, if that makes sense. So it's like I keep leaning on him and I keep coming forward, but I'm not using a lot of effort. I'm not jumping all around. It's more of a calculated, incremental passing style. The jumping around, things like that, you end up getting kneed in the face and many other things. If you could pass somebody and control them every step of the way, which isn't easy, you can really reduce your risk of injury. So there the round ended. We're doing 2 rounds, 15 minutes. You should be able to roll that long, believe it or not. If you're exhausted after 5 minutes, that style is what leads to injury. Because you're just throwing the kitchen sink at somebody in under 5 minutes, but you're not really developing. By the end of this 15 minutes, I already had a good idea of what he liked to do.
Strong, just once. You're actually pretty strong.
So he said, in many of my videos, I say that I'm not strong, but he thinks that I am very strong. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what that exchange was. But I'm not. So there I'm stapling his leg. I pass like this all the time. He recognized it and sat up. I brought my knee in the middle. And then I switched to like a butterfly guard. I'm more aggressive this time. I'm coming all the way in. I'm really trying to pull him on top of me. I just made a screaming karate noise, jokingly. So here I'm in a more of an experimental position. I want to see if he lets me get to deep half, or just so I could roll him over with my hand under his thigh, my arm. But he's got really good balance. He's super hard to sweep. I love sweeping, and I think I'm pretty proficient with it, but it was very difficult to sweep him. Everybody has different attributes. So there he tried to turn the corner past my knee. That was a good sweep. I controlled his arm, but I controlled it. I pretended I was looking for the Kimura from far away. And then when he defended by basing back, that's when I swept him. So if you watch that sequence again, it's actually quite interesting. And these are, a lot of these things I don't realize that I'm doing. I'm learning from watching the videos right along with everyone else. There I was in on an ankle lock, but again, more playful. And he was able to just spin out of it. We developed a really good instant rapport. That's always a great thing about training. See, I swept him and he was able to come up. I mean, he popped right up. So I'm always doing something. It might not be a big movement, but it's something that forces him to defend and sets the pace in my favor. Instead of just being totally reactionary, I'm trying to be able to just implement myself on somebody. Implement my game. Not just have a reaction for everything, which is super cool and fun. But I think at brown belt, you should be able to just implement your game. So here I'm shucking his legs by to pass. He's looking for the Kimura. You'll notice this is a position I'm very comfortable with and pretty good at. A lot of my game comes off of this because I'm looking to arm drag his right arm. I'm looking to get him on top of me again, looking for another butterfly sweep. See, when I went to do that sweep and he based back with his right foot, that's when I should have switched to an X guard or a single leg X, because now I'm under him and in between his legs. That's when you want to look for those positions. So on the failed sweep attempt off the butterfly, you switch to the X guard. As you could see, I'm always trying to keep some type of off balance going, because if I don't, it makes it easier for him to pass my guard. So there, he almost passed my guard, but he got greedy, so to speak, by trying to step over into mount, and I simply just put my leg there and have my butterfly hook. Now I have a butterfly hook with the underhook, and I'm controlling his left hand. So he knows it's coming. Now I should look for the shin sweep going the other way on the other side, but instead he stands up.
You're not allowed to stand up.
I jokingly told him he's not allowed to stand up. See here, he's inverting, being a little playful. And I'm looking to pass as slowly as possible. So I basically passed straight to north-south. Again, look, keeping his elbows off the mat. See there, when he went to turn into me, I just switched to knee on belly.
Oh. Sneaky, sneaky.
But he rolls in a very constructive manner. In the type of manner where in a couple of years he'll be beating me, no problem. Maybe less. Maybe a couple of months.
No. You know what it is? I appreciate it. It's not even that. I'm stagnant.
So I'm asking him, I noticed that he pauses sometimes, and he said no, he's just thinking out the movement. He's a little bit rusty to jiu-jitsu. He was doing MMA for a while, and he wants to think more about it. And I said, well, that's perfect, because that's what you should be doing, thinking. You could always add in all that athleticism. First, think out the war plan.
So now I'm trying to explore my options. Right, think of your principles. Right. What do I get from the main? Right.
That's Brandon in the background, and Zach. I have videos with both of them. Brandon with the blue rash guard, and Zach. Brandon's a black belt, Zach's a competitor, purple belt. There's Billy, all the way on the right with the yellow rash guard.
Thank you.
I didn't find out Rob's Instagram page, but I will next time. Always great to meet someone and have an instant mutual respect. So thank you for watching. If you find content in this channel and you want to help support, I have a merchandise store, or you could buy me a coffee. Links are in the description. Thank you again.